in 5, 4, 3. Hi.
I'm Jeremy Blaustein, and this is my associate,
Adi Heller.
And welcome to the first press conference of the 2009 HDL season.
It's very exciting to speak to you guys about the draft randomization. We created this process out on a bike ride a couple weeks back, 70 miles, Jeremy's longest ever, and it gave us ample time to think about what would really give the league a delicious randomization. And we get a huge amount of organic veggies from Western Massachusetts every single week out here. We decided to utilize those in a process that would let science do a whole lot of the randomizing for us.
In this week's vegetable share, we had a lot of veggies, but we chose eight veggies. Excuse me. For the 8 picks that needed to be selected.
Or the 8 owners that could be selected.
The 8 owners, excuse me, that could be selected. We chose them based primarily on how well we could equally cut them into equal cubes, equal size, to make it as scientific as possible, yet still delicious and fun.
And the other thing that we chose them upon was which things would cook and maintain their solidity. The things that didn't, we cooked at the very, very end, let them simmer in, let them randomize as well. Yeah. So the veggies that we chose and that we ranked in order of weight, we made 24 small cubes of carrot because they cook the slowest, 21 small cubes of broccoli, 18 small cubes of beets, 15 of zucchini, 15 of eggplant, 12 of zucchini, 9 of summer squash, 6 of a yellow tomato, and 3 of red tomatoes.
And I did the cutting. I tried to cut into equal cubes. I made some extras, and Adi tried to select the most equal specimens from among those.
And then I also perfected them, made them perfect cubes. Yeah.
So then we threw them in a soup.
We threw them in a soup that already had garlic and onion stewing in them to represent the history and tradition of our league, the delicious flavor that is the Hardcore League.
Yeah. After we, I think, did a nice job simmering the veggies,
we let them
soup.
We let them cook almost untouched for a good 45 minutes.
Yeah, we did very little stirring just to keep the integrity of the soup.
This is what happened. The selection. Right?
Okay. Yeah. So, one of us, we alternated, was blindfolded. The other held up the soup, the pot, and handed the spoon, the ladle, rather, to the other, who would ladled out some veggies and put them in this bowl. And then, while still blindfolded, the other person stuck toothpicks into each of the veggies and then handed them to the other person, blindfolded one rather, to randomly select. And my goodness.
Did I select the first pick?
You did.
That's great.
The red tomato was in fact the first pick, despite having the lowest chance. One step we left out is that prior to the selection, the blindfolded person was spun around 8, then 7, then 6, then 5 times, just to make sure they were totally disoriented. It's also important to note that we didn't assign owners to the fruits or the veggies. We assigned them based on weight. So
we did not at any point review people's records and how those would correspond with weight. We left that to Jonah to tell us as we selected each one to whom it corresponded. So when I said we selected the tomato with the first one, Jonah reacted with complete and utter shock that it was his veggie.
Right. And I reacted with complete and utter shock when I realized that I had already traded him for that pick.
After that, the 3 veggies with the most likely weights were the ones selected. So it went the red tomato, the broccoli, which was the second highest weight, the carrot, which was the third highest weight, and then the noble and majestic purple beet. Yeah, that was essentially the process. A couple removals of bias that we didn't mention. There was a coin flip to determine which of us would be blindfolded first. That coin flip was done across time zones by Jonah and Ariel, coordinated, to assign Jafro to the first selection, me to the second, him to the third, me to the fourth. Other important removal of bias is to remind you that neither of us was eligible for any of these picks. No vegetable was assigned to our record, so we had no chance of actually getting these.
On account of me winning.
Right. And me beating everyone that's watching this video that isn't us. That's right. And ultimately, we feel we had a delicious and successful randomization. We hope you guys feel the same. We wish we could send you this soup.
Remember, a great league deserves a great soup.